Hello, ELC Listening and Speaking teachers. This is Dusty, speaking to you from an isolated place far, far away. As you know, the ELC has changed its assessment structure for this term. This means that you'll need to modify your grade center in Blackboard. In this video, I'll be guiding you through the process of updating your listening and speaking grade center so that it reflects the new assessment structure. Before we start, I'd like to quickly go over the important changes to the grade center for this term. First of all, let's look at the student's class final grade. Previously, this was calculated through 5 weighted categories: coursework, SLC, speaking portfolio, and then the midterm and final exams. In the new structure, the midterm and final exams have been removed and replaced by a new listening portfolio, which is weighted at 30%, the same as the midterm and final. This means we need to update the class final grade column by removing the exam categories and adding a new listening portfolio category. Secondly, the final and midterm grade columns have been removed and replaced with the new listening portfolio weighted column, which displays the student's aggregated listening portfolio result. Finally, new required graded columns have been added. These graded columns contribute to the student's listening portfolio grade, and so need to be associated with the listening portfolio category. Don't worry if this seems confusing. As we go through the steps, it will become clearer. So let's get started. Open your course in Blackboard and go to the full grade center. As we'll be making some major changes here, it's a good idea to first back up your grades. At the top right of your screen, move the mouse over Work Offline and select Download. Make sure Full Grade Center is selected, click Submit, and then click Download. Your grade center will now download as an Excel file onto your computer. Second, we need to delete the final listening and midterm listening exam columns. These are the columns near the beginning of your grade center where you used to enter students' exam grades. Find the final listening column, select the options icon, and choose Delete Column. Select OK to confirm. Do this again for the midterm listening column. Select the options icon, delete column, and then OK. Third, we need to update our categories. Go to Manage and select Categories. Select the final listening and midterm listening categories, and then click Delete. Click OK to confirm. Now the exam categories have been removed, but we need to create the new listening portfolio category. Select Create Category. Under Name, type Listening Portfolio, and select Submit. You should now see Listening Portfolio as one of your categories. Click OK at the bottom of the screen to return to your grade center. Fourth, we need to update the class final grade column so that it includes the new listening portfolio grades. Find the class final grade column near the start of your grade center, select the options icon, and select Edit Column Information. Scroll down until you get to the weighted grade boxes. You should see that the exam categories have automatically been removed. Now we need to add Listening Portfolio. Under Categories to select, choose Listening Portfolio, then click on the arrow icon to move it into the Selected Columns box to the right. In the Selected Columns box, type 30 for the Listening Portfolio category. At the bottom of the box, the total weight should now add up to 100%. Click Submit to save your changes. Great! Now we need to create a listening portfolio weighted column. This column will show students their aggregated score for all of their assessed portfolio assignments. Go to Create Calculated Column and choose Weighted Column. For column name, type Listening Portfolio. Set the secondary display to CCQ letter. Scroll down until you get to the weighted grade boxes. Under Categories to select, choose Listening Portfolio, Then click on the arrow icon to move it to the Selected Columns box to the right. In the Selected Columns box, type 100 for the Listening Portfolio category. Click Submit to save your changes. The new weighted aggregated column has been created, but it's at the end of the grade center. Let's move it to the front with the other weighted aggregated columns. Go to Manage and select Column Organization. Click and drag Listening Portfolio all the way up so that it's between Class Final Grade and Speaking Portfolio. Then click Submit to save this change. Great! Your grade center is now ready to go. You just need to make sure that you assign the new Listening Portfolio category to the correct grade columns. Remember, in the new assessment structure, students take quizzes, for example Quiz 1, Quiz 2, and Quiz 3, and then follow up the first 2 quizzes with a reflection, Action Plan 1 and Action Plan 2. The results for the first 2 quizzes are not counted towards a student's grade, so the first 2 quiz columns should not be associated with a weighted category. The only grades which are being counted for are Action Plan 1, Action Plan 2, and Quiz 3. You will want to make sure that these 3 columns are associated with the Listening Portfolio category so that they're being calculated in the student's final grade. If you haven't already created your action plan columns, click Create Column. Complete all details as needed for your action plan assessment. What's really important is that you make sure, under Category, that you select Listening Portfolio so that the grade is included as part of the student's Listening Portfolio grade. If you don't do this, then it will not be counted. And if you already have action plan columns, for example, if you've used Blackboard's assignment tool, then a column will automatically be generated for you. Open the Columns option menu, select Edit Column Information, and change the category to Listening Portfolio. You can easily double-check your category assignments in the column organization page. Go to Manage and select Column Organization. Here, you will see all of your columns and categories that each one is associated with. Make sure that Action Plan 1, Action Plan 2, and later, at the end of the course, Quiz 3 are associated with the Listening Portfolio category. Quiz 1 and Quiz 2, meanwhile, should not be associated with a weighted category. If it says no category or test, then you're fine. By the way, you can change a column's category from this page as well. Just select the columns that you want to change, choose Create Category To, and select the desired category. And that's it! Now, in addition to being an expert online teacher, you're also a Blackboard Grade Center Master. I hope you have a good rest of the term, and take care.